Gervonta Davis wants to retire from boxing at the end of 2025. At one of his recent press conferences for Gervonta Davis's fight against Lamont Roach, Tank confirmed that his intention is to retire from boxing and disappear from the public scene at the end of 2025.
How do you envision 2025 playing out for you?
25 is after next year, I'm out of it.
After our second fight.
You're out of it?
Yeah.
Gervonta Davis says that he's investing his money in real estate to make money and not have anything to do with boxing and fame. If Gervonta Davis retires next year, he would be retiring at just 31 years old and would probably retire as an undefeated boxer, since I assume Tank would continue fighting boxers who pose absolutely no risk to his record, just like he's doing right now. So these sudden plans to retire from boxing by Gervonta Davis lead me and many people to wonder if what Gervonta Davis has achieved so far is enough for Tank Davis to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Gervonta Davis has been a world champion in 3 different weight divisions throughout his career, and that's perhaps the greatest achievement of his career. However, that fact has an asterisk, and I'll explain it to you later. The first point to note is that even though Gervonta Davis is an undefeated boxer and one of the biggest stars in boxing, he has never in his entire career even dared to do a little unification fight. And that is terrible for Tank's legacy, because it means that he never had the ambition to do something big in the sport, and the quality of his opponents, although not bad, definitely wasn't the best. The goal of any boxer who wants to be legendary is to be the undisputed champion, or at least sweep most of the opponents in his weight division. Gervonta Davis does not meet any of those requirements. Another very important point regarding Gervonta's legacy has to do with what I told you before. Tank is a world champion in 3 different weight classes. But that is a fact that is not entirely true, because Gervonta Davis achieved that achievement by defeating Mario Barraros at 140 pounds in a fight that was for an entire interim title. Mario Barraros was not the real world champion, so that title should not even be valid to consider someone a world champion in different weight divisions. Gervonta Davis has faced some good boxers throughout his professional career, but the reality is that if you look at his record, none of the boxers that have fought Tank are even close to being an iconic boxer. I would say that the best boxer that Tank has faced in his entire career was Ryan Garcia. And as we all know, Ryan has not even been a world champion. That fact leaves you with a lot to say about what Gervonta has achieved. Unfortunately, Gervonta Davis became a boxer who only cares about money. He's made absolutely no effort to make his name go down in history, and therefore, just as Gervonta doesn't care about his legacy, the Hall of Fame voters shouldn't care in the slightest about including a fighter who has made absolutely no effort to belong there. Gervonta Davis definitely does not have the professional merits to be a Hall of Famer, and if he really retires next year, I don't think he'll do what's necessary in 2025 to get big fights against the best. I don't understand why Gervonta Davis said he was going to retire, since he still has a lot of future left in boxing. But if he's serious, it's a real shame, and his mentality would only coordinate that he only cared about money, and never cared about being a legendary boxer. I hope Tank only said that out of frustration or lack of motivation, not because he's really planning his retirement. If Tank Davis retires in 2025, it'll definitely be sad, but it's not the end of the world either. And that's his decision, and it's respectable. But then he can't complain when fans start calling him one of the biggest wastes of talent in boxing history, because he'll definitely be remembered more for that than for anything else he's accomplished as a professional boxer.